topic to discuss multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. How we are going to be implement the multiple inheritance? Multiple inheritance by using interface. Implementing multiple inheritance using interface. Yeah. So now I'll be taking multiple inheritance, nothing but deriving a single class from more than one interface. Deriving a class from more than one interface. For that, we have to use the keyword called as implement. See, now I'm taking one interface, one, interface one, the interface one, void interface one, method one, void interface, interface one, method two, and next I'll be taking one more interface two. So I'll be declaring the method as void interface method one, void interface method two, phase three, method three. The methods I have taken here, and now I'll take one more interface. Let me consider that interface is interface void interface three, method one, phase three, method two, interface three. Three interfaces I have taken here. If you observe, the interface one, interface two, and interfaces I have taken. From these three interfaces, I have to derive a single. From these three, I have to derive a single class. Demo. Here itself, I am taking the public static void main method as well. See? Now, if I want to derive this class, I have to use the implements keyword for all these things, for all these interfaces. Interface one, comma, interface, comma, interface If you observe here, we have three interfaces. From the three interfaces, we are deriving a class called as multiple demo. Interfaces, we are deriving the multiple demo. What is this error? Leave it as of now. Just observe the concept. We are implementing the multiple inheritance or not. Observe the concept. We are implementing the multiple inheritance or not. See, by more than one interface, by using more than one interface, we are implementing the single one interface. We are going to be derive the single class. Okay. See, and what is this error? Have limited methods in these interfaces. We are going to be add those. Going to be add those. Just I'm trying the add unimplemented methods. These are all the unimplemented methods we have. Implementation of interface method one, interface three, method two, interface three. That is, I'm writing some content in the method body. Just I'm writing some content in the method body. Implementation of interface method one. It is not in order, but we have all the methods. We have all the methods. Implementation of interface method two. Implementation of interface two method. Implementation of interface one method one. Interface one method. Okay, these are all the unimplemented methods. Now I'm going to be create a object for this particular class. I'm creating the object for this particular class. And is the object name for this multiple demo class. And with this, I can able to call all the methods. See, interface one, method one, interface one, method two. See, in the first interface, I have two methods. In the first interface, I have two methods. So I have called those two methods. And then we have interface two, method one, interface two, method two, interface two, method three. And then interface three, method one, interface three, method two, interface three, method two. I'm able to call all the methods. See, it is going to be get executed. We are getting C. All the methods are going to be get executed. By using the multiple classes, we cannot able to single class. By using the multiple classes, we cannot able to derive a single class because we have to use the extend keyword here. Have to use the extend keyword here. One derive one class other class. In that case, when we are writing the multiple classes, it is going to give the error. It is not going to be support. By using implements, we can able to achieve that. If we want to use the implements keyword, we have to derive it as the interface. We can able to use this implements keyword. Otherwise, we can't able to use an example for multiple inheritance by using interface. Any doubt in this? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay. Very good. Okay. Okay. See, next this keyword will discuss. This keyword will discuss. This keyword will discuss. What is the purpose of using this keyword? What is the purpose of this keyword? Self-referencing. Refer a self or to refer a self variable. To refer a self variable. See, generally, for what case we are going to be use this? For what case we are going to be using this? See, I'll take this class name as class A demo, class A demo 1. Public static void main also I'm taking care itself. Here I'm going to be write the method. See, I'm declaring variables x comma y. These variables x comma y. So these variables we can say as instance variables, right? Variables we can say as instance variables. What is meant by instance variables? The variables which we have declared inside the class and outside of the method. The variables which we have declared inside the class and outside of the method. Now, if you see in method one, in method one, in a comma int b, int a comma int b. See here, what I'm going to be see automatically when I'm writing this method, we are having the int as a return type here. We are having the int as type. So because of that, we need to have something to return a value. Just I'll be returning the value. I'll be return the value. So or else instead of that, int sum a plus b. So I'm going to be return this sum value. I'm going to be return this sum value. Okay. Task we are going to be performed. Now here sum is a local variable that can be accessible in this particular class. Sorry, this particular method. So this is the variable I have created inside the method. I can able to access that particular variable within this method. Outside of this method, I cannot able to access. In method 2, int method 2, int a comma int b, int a comma int b. See here, I'll be writing x is a, y is b, in sum is sum is and sum is a x plus y. Return sum. Return sum. See here, x is a variable, y is a variable. I didn't say variable. X is a one variable, y is variable. I didn't declare here. So I'm assigning a value to x and b value to y. So what is this xy variables? Xy are the instance variables. Instance variable can be used anywhere in the class, either inside the method or outside the method. In the particular class, we can able to use this. See, for this particular class, if I am creating the object for this particular class, if I am creating object for this particular class, if I'm creating object, see, just first I'll write here an SOP statement, method one called, method one called. So first here, I'll be printing method two called. See, with this object, with this object, have to call this method. Have to call this method. So it means when we have two arguments over there, if we want to call this particular method, definitely those arguments we have to provide. Otherwise, it is not going to be called for execution. Otherwise, it is not going to be called for execution. Okay. See, this is the method calling statement. Method one calling with respect to arguments provided. It is going to be make a call to this particular method, and 10 is going to be assigned to A, 20 is going to be assigned to B, and it is going to be execute this statement first, method one called. So then it is going to be add the A value, B value. The sum get as 30. It is going to be return this value to this calling statement. This calling statement. So I am going to be print here. I can able to assign some other particular variable, or else I can able to print this particular value here itself based on our requirement. Based on our requirement. Okay. So in the similar way, I have to call the method, and I am passing the value as 100, 200. See, when method 2 is called, method called this is going to be get. It means this 100, this 100 is going to be assigned to A, and 200 is going to be assigned to B, and then it is going to be assigned A to X, B to Y. A value, that is 100, is going to be assigned to X. A value 100 will assign to X. And here B value 100 will assign to Y. So it is going to be add these particular values. Sorry, B value is 200, right? B value 200 will assign to Y. So it is going to be add A value, B value. It is going to be add A value, B value, and it is going to be return the sum. See, here I have declared the sum variable. Here also I have declared the sum variable. Because this is a local variable, when we have declared this sum variable, its scope will be undefined variable. So when we are coming to the next one, again this we have written this one, and it is having the access here itself. So you will be getting method one result. Just I'll give some statement here. Method two result. Method one called, method one result is 30. Method two called, method two result is 300. Got it? Like this, we are going to be pass the value. Till now, some methods what we have discussed, I didn't given the return type. We have given the return type as void. When we are using the return type void, I should not return the value. If I am trying to return the value, return value, it is going to be give the error. It is the error. Other than void, if I am any other return type, we have to return that respective value. So with the return statement, whatever be the value we are writing, that value will be takes to the method calling statement. So here, now our purpose of discussing this is discuss about the this keyword self-referencing. X, Y, C. X, Y. See here, I'll be writing the constructor, that is parameterized constructor. Int x comma int y. Here x is x, y is y. Means x value is going to be assigned to x, y value is going to be assigned to y. Referencing variable, self-referencing variable. If I'm not writing this, if I'm not writing this, we can able to access this the self-referencing. X value is going to be assigned to x. In this particular case, we are going to be use the keyword called as for assigning the x value. For assigning the x value. So now I'm not going to call this method true for execution. I'm not going to call this method true for execution. Instead of that, I'll be creating one more method. So that is a void method. Void method 2. Void method 2. Method 2 called. So then some addition result. Addition result. Addition result. will be getting x plus y. The parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor is but it is a special method whose name is as of the class. Name is same as class name. It does not have any type. Where we are creating the object, automatically this constructor is going to be called for execute. See here, we are getting the error. Here we are getting the error. Why we are getting the error? This is a parameterized constructor. Two values we need to pass out there. While creating the object, if I am passing the required arguments out there, it is called for execution. So then x value will be getting as 100. That 100 is going to be assigned to this x. Y value is going to be assigned to y. Y value is 200. That 200 is going to be assigned to this particular y. So now whenever we are calling this, we didn't call the method for execution. Obj dot method. We are getting. I think clear about this keyword. Self-referencing, we are using this. Referencing, we are using this keyword. If I am taking some other class A demo 1 as a constructor, int x comma int y comma int z, or I'll take it as A into B int C. I'll be declaring those variables int A comma n1 comma n2 comma n3. When we are initializing these values, A, I mean, n1 value will be getting from A value is assigned to n1, B value will assign to n2, C value will be assigned to n3, C value will be assigned to n3. So I'll write here one more method. Void method 3 called method 3 called addition of the numbers or something for our understanding purpose. X plus y plus n1 plus n2 plus n3. Here, this is a constructor. If you want to call that constructor for execution, we need to pass the arguments while we are creating the constructor. Then only that is going to be called for execution. Then only see, this is the constructor, this is also constructor. Here we have two arguments, here we have three arguments. Overloading. What is meant by method overloading? In a class, more than one method with the same name is called as method overloading. In a class, more than one method with the same name is called as method overloading. So here we have the method name class A demo 1 and class A demo 1. So even though this is a constructor, this is one of the method. we have the same constructor with different parameters or arguments, then it is called as constructor overloading. Then it is called as role. So we have here the constructor with 2 arguments. We have here the constructor with 3 arguments. See that this is a constructor overloading example as well. See now here a value is one variable, b is another variable, c is another variable, and we are assigning to different variables n1, n2, n3. So we no need to use this keyword here. We don't need to use this keyword here. See a object 1. Now I'm going to call this a object 1 dot method 3 for x method. Only method 3 I'm calling for x. 10, 20, 30. These respective arguments are going to be assigned to this a, b, c respectively. It means a value will be getting 10, b value 20, c value is getting 30. Now a value is going to be assigned to n1. That is 10 is assigned to n1. See what we have for b is assigned to n2. And see what the value we have here, that is assigned to n3. That is 30 is assigned. Now directly they are going to be get. Hence we have initialized these respective values in this particular constructor. And then when we are calling it for execution, we are going to get. See, if I'm not writing this statement, if I'm not creating object by passing arguments, the constructor, this constructor will not be called for execution. This constructor will not be called for execution. All this particular constructor for execution, we are using that. We are using that. We are creating the object with 3 arguments. So here it is going to be get constructor overloading. More than one constructor in a class, different arguments or parameters. Different arguments or parameters. Right? So the keyword example, and we can say constructor overloading as well. Constructor overloading as well. Any doubt in this?
No, sir.